Hi, this is Roxy Astor, and you're listening to Lyrical Spit. You can find me on Facebook, Roxy Astor, or Instagram, Roxy.Astor, or Twitter, Roxy Astor1. When you meet with Roxy, you better beware, because I'm really strong and debonair. This jet set girl never backs down, because all she wants is a G.L.O.W crown. And I did that for Dave Navarro.
Warning, parental advisory is recommended. Oh, just listen.
This is a Say Sahan Dynamite Productions.
Huff! Huff! Huff!
Hold up.
I am in my studio broadcasting from my compound in Tacoma, Washington, and I am your host of Lyrical Spit, the beast from the Middle East, the Yemeni maniac, the modern-day sheik, and a proud Yemeni American, Diafullah, the butcher, Dobashi, bringing you music, interviews, and who knows what else this show might throw at you. I am not a sports entertainer. I am a professional wrestler who loves to entertain. And that's ordained. And I could marry you and give you all your blessing needs. Send your booking request to dobashibookings@gmail.com. Shukran. Thank you for all your support. I would like to announce that this show, Lyrical Spit, is now on Amazon Music. You can also check out Lyrical Spit on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, and YouTube. Just to simplify and make it easy for everyone, you can get all the links on lyricalspit.com. I will be right back to chat with you all right after Anita Squeeze, Throw Me a Line. Help keep this show free by buying some of our swag of apparel at butcherspit.com. We have t-shirts, hoodies, and even baby onesies. That's butcherspit.com. If you suspect human sex trafficking, you could call and report it to this number, 1-888-373-7888. Also, a shout out to the only brick and mortar professional wrestling museum and Hall of Fame in the world, located in Wichita Falls, Texas. You could check out the rich history. I am honored that myself and my World Powers brother and tag team partner, Chief out of Kula Kula, we have some of our own wrestling gear displayed in the museum. You can check them out on their website, pwhf.org, and tell them Dobashi sent you. I hope you all had a better week than I did. See, I messed up my ankle pretty bad by stepping in a hole that I didn't see due to some high grass. I'm in some boots and crutches now. Well, the doc said the x-rays didn't show any kind of fracture, but the swelling needed to go down. They said there's not much they could do about it right now, so next week I'm going to go in, and once the swelling's down, they're going to go do an MRI or something like that. You know what? Let's just hope for the best. All these artists you hear on the show today, you could check them out on SoundCloud, or you could check out their music videos right there on YouTube. My guest, Roxy Astor, an original G.L.O.W girl, will be on the show. I haven't talked to her in a while. She always has some fun and interesting stuff to talk about. You know what? I will be right back with some crazy voice messages right after Mickie Maverick, Sky.
These sensations have got me feeling like I'm so insatiable. Darling, you're shaking. Let me keep you nice and warm. I'll be here ready. I'll be ready for you. Baby, you know that I love you. You are my heaven. There's nothing above you. I lose
we're playing in the woods. Well, it's some matches and that's no good. Listen to smoke before you give it a try. Only you. Don't play with matches. Don't play with fire. Cause there's nothing very funny about treetop fight. Nothing very nice on a homeless mind. So if a gorgeous force is what you desire, don't play with matches. Don't play with fire.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Fire.
You could call the Lyrical Spit 24-hour hotline, 360-200-8779. It's always open. And you know what? You may just hear your voice message right here on the show. Well, I've been getting some strange messages here on the hotline. Like I've said before, I don't know if they're just people messing around or left by mistake. One thing for sure, it gives me material for the show. Here are some of the messages. Enjoy.
Yes, I was just calling because I was trying to see about your services. I don't have your services. And I was trying to see, do you have packages or do you have packages of 2 or 3 or what do you have? You just got on here and get with time and get unlimited residential phone service for just $8. That's all you say. You don't say internet. You don't say satellite. So my number is 933. Gwen Rogers. Thank you.
Hi, this is Kelly calling from your CVS pharmacy. I'd just like to let you know that your anal wart removal cream, your butt plugs, and your Viagra are now in. And we also got those extra small condoms that you needed. So please go ahead and let me know when you'll be coming in so I can set those aside for you. Thank you and have a great day.
Hey, Kevin, it's Courtney. I don't know if you remember, but I was supposed to go for blood tests a while ago, and I just went a little while ago, so I thought I'd tell you what my results were. Give me a call if you want. I don't know if you still want to know or not. Okay, so just give me a call back if you want. Okay, bye.
On an earlier episode, Volume 16, I did this blue whale bit. I received a lot of feedback. So if you haven't listened to it, I decided to play it again. Here you go.
Hey, sorry I missed your call. I was just calling you back to let you know that I love you and I miss you. I really want you to call me back. And I'm sorry I missed your phone call and that I know you're done. So when you get this, can you call me back? I love you and I miss you.
Okay, you know what I thought was interesting about that voice message? It sounded like she was doing a whale call. Okay, check it out. This is her. And this is a blue whale. This is her. This is a blue whale. Okay, this is them two together. These bits are all in fun, and if you're a snowflake and you're melting, this show is not for you. I will be right back on the other side of Flies in the Whiskey by the Guitar Whiskey Club.
One day in April it was sliding towards May. Went to the backyard at the house where I stay. Pour me some whiskey in a crystal clear glass. It went down real quick, it sure didn't last. Pour me another and that makes 2. But I couldn't stop thinking of you. Woke up the next day, the third was half full. Damn flies like a watering hole. That's when I knew it was true. Flies like whiskey too. The next day the thumb was at full. Dead flies like a watering hole. That's when I knew it was true. Flies like mosquito. Oh, that's when I knew it was true. Flies like mosquito. Oh, that's when I knew it was true. Flies like mosquito. Oh, yes they do.
Help keep this show free by buying some of our swag of apparel at butcherspit.com. We have t-shirts, hoodies, and even baby onesies. That's butcherspit.com. Well, on volume 16 of Lyrical Spit, I had my homie Gary the Conqueror. Some of you may know him as Gary the Retard from the Howard Stern Show. He is single and ready to mingle. I told him I was going to get a woman on the phone for him on this show, so he could lyrically seduce her to try to find him a girlfriend. To all the women out there, you could call the Lyrical Spit 24-hour hotline and leave Gary a message. The number is 360-200-8779. Or if you want to be on the show to have a conversation with Gary, email your contact to lyricalspit@gmail.com. I will be right back with my guest, Roxy Astor, right after the Foxies, Socialite.
I'm so exhausted, so thirsty, I'm nauseous. Am I out of my mind? Am I out of my mind? Am I out of my mind? Am I out of my... Sipping Capri Sun to feel the nostalgia. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it? I can use a vacation from my communication. Mama said that therapy ain't working meditation. I'm just trying to get down on that good vibration. I'm an anti-socialite. I'll invite my friends to the party in my head. Yeah, I like it. I'm an anti-socialite. Loving my regrets. Growing up instead. Yeah, I like it. White on white maxes. Batting my lashes. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it? Sipping Capri Sun, and I hate Capri Sun. Am I out of my mind? Am I out of my mind? Am I out of my mind? Am I out of my... I can use a vacation from my communication. Mama said that therapy ain't working meditation. I'm just trying to get down on that good vibration. I can use the courage from some liquid libation. Honestly, I'm feeling kinda sick with medication. I'm just trying to take a shot at life, no chasing. Life, no chasing. I'm an anti-socialite. I'll invite my friends to the party in my head. And yeah, I like it. I'm an anti-socialite. Loving
like to introduce my guest. I had her as a guest before, but this is her first time with me right here on Lyrical Spit. She's an original G.L.O.W girl, the one and only Roxy Astor.
Now that you know my name is Roxy, it's obvious that I'm rich and foxy. In the ring, no one stops as they can't beat Roxy Astor.
Well, how are you doing?
Good. I was singing along with that.
That's awesome. Well, before we get started, I had you on my past podcast, but this is a whole new one, Lyrical Spit. So I've got to, just for technicality, spin the first time random question wheel for your first time random question. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. If you could only eat one box of cereal for breakfast for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
I would have to say the Special K, the one with the yogurt little pieces in it, because I feel like I'm eating something good, but yet there's like an element of that surprise of it tastes like white chocolate, but it's yogurt. So it's good for you, and it's good. So that is a plug for Special K. Woohoo!
Now they better sell you a lifetime supply now, just for giving.
Yeah. Oh God, I can eat that out of the box with my hand and just walk around with the box.
There you go.
It's so good. Now you got to try.
Oh, now I might have to go buy some. Now I'm kind of craving some kind of cereal.
Yeah. You know, I have to say something funny though.
Okay.
I did your last show. And I remember getting dental work done, and I think I was a little high on Percocet.
That's awesome. Well, you should take more Percocet.
No, I'm good. I'm good with all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm like, I think we had a funny. I remember it, but vaguely.
Wow.
Oh, that's okay.
You know, with all these, the coronavirus and all these wildfires, how you holding up? I mean, has it affect you in any way?
You know what? It's weird because I remember when we were told that for 2 weeks you were going to have to close down, right? It was from March 15th, and they were saying till the end of April. And I was like, oh, no, there's no way I can close down and not do this. And I'm thinking, because I had the cruise that was April 12th through the 20th. But I was kind of watching the cruise lines and seeing what was going on with on that other cruise ship where people were getting sick. And I remember Debbie Miller, who was going, I don't know about this. I'm not feeling real good. So my thing is, I actually ended up, before they canceled, I was postponing the cruise anyways because I did not want people to get on that cruise.
Right.
And if anything happened, God forbid, that, Afterglow memory was them being stuck on there. And I'm like, you know what? It can wait. We can always move it. Thinking it might have been maybe even a couple months, not really realizing to the extent of where it is now. If you were to tell me back then that in 6 months it would kind of be the same way, I don't know if I would have made it.
Oh, I know.
It's like little by little, they're like throwing us like here, and then we're grasping at them and just hoping that for something. And as I really don't show my political views because I stay out of it, and everybody has their reason and what they do. I just don't. Where Sunny is more vocal about it.
Mm-hmm.
I just have my eyes to a lot more politics than I used to. And I think it's a good thing. You could say I was somewhat in a bubble for years. So if this kind of opened my eyes, it's very sad. But I'm actually going to Seattle in a week because of a death. Yeah, well, because of a death. I have to go
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But you're right. Good luck. We were going to drive, and I'm like, there's no way that I'm going to drive through there. So we're taking a flight.
Well,
and that's kind of like the first thing that, that kind of affected me in that way of death, that I couldn't go visit someone who had passed away.
Yeah.
So now, then you kind of, you look at like, this has really affected not so much even the victims, but the people left behind and who didn't get to say goodbye or weren't there for their baby's birth and all this. There's just so much more important, honestly, than a cruise or a vacation. And, it just kind of makes you, kind of think about things. And, like I had a trip to Let's Make a Deal.
Mm-hmm.
Or I won a trip. I was going to Canada with my daughter, and that was in May. And it got canceled. And just, when you realize like these vacations and these things are taken away from you, but you look at the scope of everything, it's not that big of a deal. If you can't do what you have to do, you got to make sure everything feels good.
Right.
And these fires have gotten me just like, I'm just like, for Oregon and California and Washington, it's just so sad. Thinking about the wildlife and everything out there, because I'm totally into animals and stuff. And there's so much you want to do to help people, but feel so helpless.
Yeah. It's just,
and that kind of bothers me.
It's just a weird time. My goddaughter went to Seattle with her boyfriend, and she left quick because, the whole CHOP thing and everything. And Seattle's pretty much like Pioneer Square or Pike Place Market. It just pretty much destroyed. She said, all the downtown Seattle, pretty much the businesses are moving out. And she said when she went down to, Farmer's Market, she said that just about all the shops were closed up. And, the fish people were there and a few others. But then you seen a lot of different gangs and different street corners. She said it was just sad how downtown it's going to take a while for it to rebuild, I think, and it's sad. Yeah,
I think so too. When I was there before even, I noticed it was getting kind of weird out there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel really safe over in Pioneer Square, but I know that they had the problems in Capitol Hill, and that's where they took over the blocks. But I'm assuming it was Pioneer Square. So, it's just kind of, I try to avoid that area anyways, and I would just go down here. So I don't know what the pier looks like, if they're open or what they're doing.
Well, did you hear about one of the piers? I forget which one. It collapsed.
57 or something? Pier 57?
Yes. It was
the main one?
It was one of the big ones. I can't remember which one, but they were going to do renovation anyways because the pier was kind of separating, from...
Yeah.
And I guess they were working on it last week, and I think they were trying to remove I guess they had planters or something in there or whatever, and a lot of it just collapsed, and two of the workers fell in the water. They were fine. They went to the hospital, but just one thing after another.
Yeah, it's like, that's something that, is happening that would happen anyways. The other thing happened too, where, me being from Seattle, I'm like, I am so surprised that a lot of these people from Seattle didn't rise up and do anything. I think it was just so weird when that was going on in Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
I think everybody was in shock that this was actually happening. This is like something that you see on TV in another country. You don't see this in Pioneer Square.
They try to do that in Tacoma. And
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, they tried, but it didn't last. They didn't last. And then there was rumors they were going to come like they were doing in Seattle to the suburban areas, the urban, in the neighborhoods. But,
like Auburn and Renton?
Well, no, I mean like just going to where the houses are and stuff. And because they were harassing, they had videos on the news where like two guys, sitting on their porch. And the BLM and Antifa would come up and say, you should give me your house, and harassing them right then and there. And so all the surrounding areas are like, good luck, try to come here. We're all strapped. But I feel bad about the police because,
I do too.
Yeah. So, but the good thing, ain't a good thing, but like Tacoma and the surrounding area says, hey, we'll hire you. We need good police, King County, police. We know you're good.
Yeah.
So there's some support there. I just feel that it just would be hard to be a police officer right now, put it that way.
Yeah, no, my boyfriend used to be a cop in New York.
Oh, okay.
they laid off a lot of the cops in the 70s. So he was there on I think it was 42nd Street where it was really crazy, like really like pimps and hookers and stuff and everything on the corner. And so he was telling me about that. And I'm like, okay, that's the last time that they got rid of cops was back in the 70s. I'm like, no, now we need more. you know?
Oh,
'Cause you couldn't
yeah.
afford back in the 70s. Jeez.
You know, and another thing it's sad to say because, before you used to be able to, you have your own political views and it's okay. And like, say if I like Trump and you don't, who cares? You're still my friend. But it seems like it's so much of a cult mentality. It's like, why do you have to hate the other person? Because
it's never been like this before, though.
What's that?
It's never.
Yeah.
It's never been like.
Yeah.
So honestly, just avoid the confrontation and whatever I believe is what I believe. And as Roxy Astor, she just believes in shopping and life is not Roxy.
What else have you been up to?
Tracy, on the other hand.
What's that? Oh, you saying Sunny?
Tracy.
Oh,
that's
crazy.
my name.
Oh, great.
Tracy. No, Tracy.
Oh, Tracy.
My real name is Tracy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were breaking up for a second. I couldn't hear. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, not crazy. Don't call me crazy.
So what are you when you're shopping? Are you Roxy or are you Tracy?
That's Roxy Astor, yeah. Yeah, Tracy's really down to earth. Roxy Astor, whips out the credit cards. And
So what have you been doing to keep your time, from getting cabin fever?
We've actually been working on something for the Afterglow.
Oh, okay.
And working with something that could be very, very big. And that's kept me focused. It's kept me sane, in fact, because I have to do things that are artsy or just something. I feel like I got to do something, So it's something with the Afterglow, and it's something that could be huge. And I know I've been working on the Afterglow for 6 years, but I have to say the timing of it is perfect.
Awesome.
And it couldn't be, whatever it is, to see it, crossing fingers, to see it on TV at this time would be, it would be amazing. It would be great. And I think we would make a lot of people happy and laugh. We would make them laugh with what we're doing.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, we're like right there. So this has been going on since March, even before March.
Wow.
And what we've been doing, it could have been stopped at any time. We might not have moved further, but we have moved pretty far. So, yeah.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
So I feel good about this. Hopefully, we can do an announcement. You get, when you're doing what I'm doing and pitching things and trying to sell a show and all that, you're going to get like a million no's. Even before, I've been with this production team, I was writing to other producers, and I've had a few other producers that were writing back to me. And when I felt like they weren't like real serious about it, I would go, okay, you know what? I'm good. Because I want somebody to really, really believe in this project with the G.L.O.W girls and really be behind it 100%. So I have Mary Kennedy. She was on Shameless. Do you know her?
Oh, yes.
She played she played the new Fiona. So she's one of our production partners, and David Navarro, he's on there, not the one from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but David Navarro, he's been in the business for over 20 years. So, and Charles Hall and Mark Morgan. So that's been our team that we've been working with for about the last 2 years. And I'm telling you, there's been so many times that you want to give up, but every time, somebody wants to give up, you have the other team pushing forward.
Yeah.
So it could be a big win for the Afterglow. It could be a big win and a big surprise.
That's awesome. Yeah, speaking
so
of
this little girl from Auburn, Washington. Oh, another thing, I got my 40th class reunion canceled.
Oh, no. What school?
Auburn High.
Oh, wow.
Right
got
over
canceled?
by Tacoma.
Yeah, I know.
Got canceled.
Yeah. Oh, no.
but until next year. But who knows? Maybe I can come back next year with something under my belt.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
That would be, yeah.
You mentioned Shameless. Someone got me onto Shameless last year, and I binge watched every episode. And then the last one came on Netflix, and I watched that. That's a good series.
Yeah, I think Mary was in, I think, episode 7, and she played the hooker that will work for food.
Yes, yeah.
That's Mary, yeah.
Oh, another one I like, Cobra Kai.
Oh my God, I got obsessed with that. You know what I loved about it is that because the apartment that was what was his name? Danny, is that his name? Daniel.
Daniel, yeah.
Yeah, that apartment is right over by where I live. I want to take a picture over there with Dan because he's like a kickbox champion. So we want to sneak over there and take a picture.
Danielson.
Yeah.
Danielson.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
his apartment is right around the corner from where I live.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's still there, still looks the same, and I loved how they're bringing in the girlfriend too.
I saw that.
Tell me you weren't excited about that.
I was. The whole thing was like nostalgia. I mean, but
you know what?
What? Not spoiling.
Weird though is that okay? Were you excited when remember the 90210? Remember that?
Yeah, well, of course I remember 90210.
Okay, they did a reboot. Do you remember that? They had a few shows.
Yeah, I didn't get really to watch it. I DVR'd it, but I didn't really watch it. But
yeah, and we were all excited to see it, and it was really cool. But the thing with it is that they were mixing their characters in with their with who they were, and I think a lot of people confused. But it was really good to see the original people, and Shannon Doherty, she was on there, and they did a tribute to the one who played Dylan.
yeah,
Which was nice. But to see like the Cobra Kai guys and how they were just brought everything back.
I marked
with
out.
the original
Yep.
master, and I loved how they did it.
And
I like the story how Netflix turned them down and they end up going to YouTube where they did their own
Yes.
thing, and then Netflix bought them and then ordered more seasons, and it's a hit.
Yeah, the season finale of the second season, I mean, made your jaw drop. I was like, but you know what? My prediction, they're gonna team up.
Yeah. You know what? It depends on how many seasons that Netflix is going to buy. When they bring the girl back, that's going to be the good thing.
Well, I meant team up as Danielson and his rival against the. Remember, he lost the guy lost his Cobra Kai outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think him and Daniel's going to team up and go against.
Now
him.
they got to stretch it out longer.
Yeah,
They gotta
that's
give
true.
Fighting, yeah. I need to see more of it.
Yeah, it makes you want
when that
more.
girl, yeah, when the girl shows up, I think that's when you're going to see a lot more.
Yeah. It was good. It was good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like how they showed the old footage too in it.
What's that?
They showed the footage from the original.
Yes, the original Karate Kid.
Yeah, that was great.
I think the Karate Kid was. This Cobra Kai was better than the Karate Kid remakes they did in the movie. Personally,
You know what? But you wouldn't have the Cobra Kai without
the original.
Karate Kid.
Yeah.
It's like you have the G.L.O. Netflix, and you wouldn't have the G.L.O. Netflix without the G.L.O.
Yeah. Well, so what are you doing to like keep yourself from cabin fever? And that being said, when you go pitch your shows and stuff, is it harder because of the whole epidemic? You know, the lockdown, coronavirus. You know,
Yeah, I'm
distancing.
going to do things honestly, not in person. It's all through
Zoom.
Zoom or something. Yeah, you got to do it like that. But you know what? My thing is, I talk to Sunny a lot, and I do. And I have animals, and I keep that. I never thought I would be this busy without, with doing nothing. It's like, because normally I'm always like planning something like all the time, whether it's a cruise or it's this or that. And your hands are just tied when you just really can't do anything. And just even to go out in your mask and like to go eat dinner. And I don't know how you guys are out there to eat dinner outside. It's brutal.
Oh no. Yeah. It's, speaking of outside. So, So I was outside yesterday. I was doing some work, and I was walking along, and I was just saying, man, the smoke's gonna kill me. I shouldn't be out here. Walking along, and I stepped in a hole in a grassy area. That was that picture you saw.
Oh, I was hoping for a better story than
Well,
that.
yeah, and so, well, it gets kind of funny. So I hit the ground, and like me, the male ego, I try to jump back up and play it off, make sure no one sees me, you know. And next thing you know, I fell back down. No one saw me, and luckily my buddy was there, and I called his name. He's like, "What are you doing on the ground?" I said, "I bit it." And he's like, "Stop joking." I said, "I'm not," and I couldn't. So I
Did you have to go to the hospital?
Yeah, I ended up going to the urgent care, and they that picture you saw was me and the doctor, and they gave me a boot and crutches. I got to go back in 10 o'clock in the morning to see if I didn't do any tendon or ligament damage, which sucks because I was getting back in the gym, getting ready for, you know, when wrestling, you know, all my bookings were canceled up through January. So I took some time off to heal up, and I was like, okay, this week my gym's opened up. And I just got done telling my buddy I'm getting ready to go to the gym and work out hard again, and then I rolled my ankle. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, so I get back up, and I try to play it off like, you know, a dumb macho man, you know, and fell back down. Are you okay? I said, yeah. I'll go get your Camaro. I said, no, I'm good. I took 3 steps, and I bit it again. I was like, oh, I was so embarrassed.
Ooh.
Yeah. But
yeah, it looked pretty nasty. I did a thing where my bed is really high, and I was reaching for some water.
Oh no!
And I overextended, and I knew if I was falling out of my bed, so I was doing I was tucking my head in, not realizing the bottom drawer of my dresser was open.
Oh no!
So I bruised my ribs and bruised my pinky for about 2 months, and I'm like, thank God I knew how to fall.
Exactly. Well,
but I fell right into the drawer.
Ouch.
I had a friend that I just drove to an MRI, and she was picking figs, and now she's got a broken leg.
Oh no! But I forgot to say. So I hit the thing, but as soon as I hit, my body wanted to go one way, and my ankle wanted to go the other, and luckily I just shifted. And I heard this little pop. But if I would have just fell the way my foot wanted me to, I probably would have snapped it in half.
Right. See that the wrestling does come in handy because it's because you automatically react to it.
Yep.
Like people say, could you take a bump right now? I'm like, well, if I was forced to do it, yes. Would I want to do it? No.
Exactly.
But I could do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I don't want to do it, so. Everybody's like, do you want to get back into the ring? And I'm like, for what? Why?
Have you done any training? Have you trained anybody or any other girls or anything?
My daughter, she was the only daughter of a G.L.O.W girl interested in wrestling. She had a tryout for WWE.
Oh, nice. How'd it go?
Yeah. Well, let's see. Dusty Rhodes was there.
Oh, okay.
And it was about maybe 3 weeks before he passed away. She got to the very end, yeah. And Triple H walked by and gave her a nod, like, yes, like, you're doing good. She kept up with everybody. And now some of the girls that I saw her with are on WWE. I forgot who they are. She got a maybe, and really a maybe is a yes, but just keep going.
Yes.
She didn't get a no. It's a maybe.
That's good.
Which means they would have kept looking at her. But that was a while ago now.
So is she still doing it, or?
Got her into other things right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Just picture it. The only daughter of a G.L.O.W girl interested in wrestling. The only one out of all the G.L.O.W girls.
That's money.
No, I'm just going, I think so. Yeah. I'm like going with you.
Well,
you'll get it.
Yeah. Well, I got about 5 or 6 emails from the listeners.
Okay.
Do you want to take some on after we take a musical break?
Let's do it.
Okay. We will be right back on the other side of this new single, all the way from the UK, by Royzy Rothschild. This is Life Ain't Easy.
This life ain't easy. This system is so greasy. Some days I wake up sleepy. The scenes I've seen that make me queasy. This life ain't easy. This system is so greasy. Some days I am uneasy. The scenes I've seen that make me queasy. I can't help some of the scenes that I have seen, but of a night when I sleep, that's when I dream. And if I stop for 1 second, all comes flooding back. So I stay on the hamster wheel or the running track. But sometimes I'm awake, but I'm asleep. And sometimes I'm asleep, but I'm awake. Stuck in the middle like jam and cake. Ear to the TV news like now you're fake. And you can smoke the cut, you won't ease the strain. But that's a smoke screen, it won't relieve the pain. You're on your 9 to 5, yeah, in and out weekly. Not enough money to survive in your TP. Gotta stay alive, exercise until you see keys. I'm like I might survive the light kidder if you brief me. But this new world order kid that wanna teeth me. So I'm constantly plotting business sipping TG. Hey, hey. This life ain't easy. This system is so greasy. Some days I wake up sleepy. The scenes I've seen that make me queasy. Hey, this life ain't easy. This system is so greasy. Some days I am uneasy. The scenes I've seen that make me queasy. I can't deal with the council, can't deal with the police, can't deal with the boundaries, can't deal with the crease. The plague on little kids out in the Middle East. MPs get a pay rise, kids starving to eat. Credit cards charged to the heat. Some little div trying to rob me car while it's fucking parked in the street. Don't fucking start out charged like a beast and spark out your teeth. In this OCD got me using some bleaching, correcting man's speech and watching the sheeple as they flopping man's sheep. And these people out there that never wanna fucking see again. Careful of people who wanna be your friends, cause they might bring you into some shit that you can't unsee again. Don't wanna bend your knee to evil friends. Some of these people pretend that once it's broken, shit can't be mended. Hey, hey.
Help keep this show free by buying some of our swag of apparel at butcherspit.com. We have t-shirts, hoodies, and even baby onesies. That's butcherspit.com. I am back with Roxy. Hey, Roxy, are you ready for some emails?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Let me hit my soundbite for my emails right here. Here you go. Let me know if you like it.
You've got mail.
You got mail! Mail, 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 mail! You got all kinds of letters!
That's my good friend. A shout out to Gary the retard, from Howard Stern. And yeah. Well, I talked to him quite a bit, and it's funny how me and him became good friends. I was at a show in Portland, and it was during a battle of the bands, and he was sitting in the crowd, and I went over there to him, and I went to choke him, kind of choke him. I wasn't really gonna choke him, right? And
right.
So then, after the show, he comes in the back. He wanted to talk to me. He was the nicest guy. He goes, "You're my favorite wrestler," and all this and that. And I was like, "Oh," and ever since then, we became pretty good friends. And he managed one of our tag teams, and so he was on the show. Yeah, he was on the show last week. And first thing he asked, he was like, "You have any girls going to be on the podcast? I want to talk to them." I said, "Well, we'll come on in a couple of weeks and I'll try to fix you up." That was a shout out to Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Yeah. But I said, I keep on telling him, I said, "Do you want me to call you Gary the retard or Kerry the Conqueror?" I said, "Why did Howard, change your name?" He was like, "Oh, I don't care what you call me." He said the only reason Howard changed his name because advertisers for Coca-Cola and Pepsi, and they thought it was unpolitically
Yeah, that's
correct.
true. Yeah, you can't get away with things that you could have back then.
Yeah.
You know.
So I said,
yeah,
okay.
I get that.
Yeah. But I said, and then he goes, "Well," no, when I asked him, I said, what would you rather me call you? And he goes, "Well, the girls could call me anything." I was like, "All right." So, all right.
Just as long as they call me, right?
Exactly.
But up bump.
Yep. All right. we got an email from Jesus Walker, and he sent this email to lyricalspit@gmail.com. It says, Roxy, do you think you or any of the original G.L.O.W girls will make an appearance on Netflix series G.L.O.W?
You know what? I kind of thought in the beginning it might happen. And I know that they're going to be filming in, I think, January after everything. Have we got all? No. But you never know because it's their last season.
Oh, it is?
And it's their last season. They're going out four seasons, like G.L.O.W went out for 4 seasons. So
that's right.
Yeah. So,
Sonny brought something up about that. Yeah.
But I mean, it would be great. But I think it would have kind of happened in the beginning if it was going to happen.
Well, personally, how do you feel about the whole the G.L.O.W series? I mean, technically, they use the G.L.O.W name, and I guess they bought the name.
Yeah, but you know what? It's gotten us more exposure. People our way, and even though people remember, they got their exposure from us. We're getting a little exposure from them, and we've actually met. I think I told you before, Allison Brie and a lot of the cast of backstage WWE. So I think up until that time, I met the writers at a Netflix screening, Liz Flahan and Carly Mentz. I met the writers who walked up to me and said, "Oh my God, we have your posters everywhere, and we love you guys." And yeah, so they were given, and we had the girls watch your videos. And I think hearing that and hearing how Allison Brie is just so like, "Oh, you got to see these girls." You know what? It gave us a really, at least for me and a lot of the other girls, and I think Sunny too, it gave us really good closure. Because it was just kind of like it came out of left field, and we were working on something. And a lot of the fans were like, "Why aren't you guys?" And we're like, "Well, we don't know. It's this production company." And because we don't know, somebody's going to do something. Ursula owns the rights. We don't have any say-so over that.
Right.
I thought it was kind of neat to see little bits of our characters popping up. And not once did I go, "Oh, my God, I want money for that." No, I think it's very cool that this happened. And the girls are very nice, and they're actresses. And when I even met the girl who plays like the character like Mount Fiji, her name's Brittany Young. And I walked up to her at the Netflix screening, and I said, "You know what? You did Mount Fiji proud." And she started crying. I've got a picture of that.
That's
she was
awesome.
Crying. Because Sonny and I went to go visit Mount Fiji, I think months before she passed away. So, yeah. In fact, I'm talking to Queenie all the time. She's been in a rehab for a year and a half, and we're trying to keep her spirits up too.
Wow, it seems like they're giving you respect, which is cool.
Her and I ended up becoming Queenie, and I became really good friends. And she's like a really, really tough cookie. Like when I first met her, and when I did my first Afterglow fan party, which was 6 years ago, she just said to me, "Don't rip us off, Roxy." And I go, "Okay."
That's awesome. So,
and we've been friends ever since.
How's Queenie doing? I had called her about a year ago to have her come on, and then I guess it was a bad time.
She's been in and out of the hospital for a year and a half. So the time you would have called her, she was somewhere where she couldn't be reached. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had a FaceTime call with her today.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome.
The doctor was nice enough, and her son set it up to where we can FaceTime her because we haven't been able to contact. And before that happened, for that last year, we were going up there. Dan and I were going up there like every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks to go visit her.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was heading out there, and that was in March, and that's when they said that no visitors. So we haven't seen her since March. So yeah, so people need that contact. They need something. So the doctor was nice enough. Now we're going to do a twice a week FaceTime call.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
My aunt, she had broke her hip, and then she lives at one of those like assisted living. They have their own apartment and stuff, but they have the nurses, and they have a lot of people. And she likes it in there because she likes it there. So we were going over there. My mom would be there over almost every day with her and
Mhm.
do her laundry and bring home her laundry and go visit. And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her. We haven't seen her since March, late February,
March.
March. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing with Queenie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's hard for people. So that's why I'm saying this is how it affected. It's more than just, being sick or people it's the people that are in the homes that can't see their loved ones. Like I even see something on Netflix, from Brittany Young,
Mm-hmm.
who was on Netflix, where she's got a boyfriend who's in Canada and she hasn't been able to see her boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, they blocked the borders.
Uh-huh. So, and there's just so much more to all of this that you don't realize. Yeah.
Wow. All right, we got another email here from Sarah Rue. She sent the email to lyricalspit.com. Roxy, and you already kind of hit a little bit on this. What's going on with Afterglow the musical? Any more shows? Was it ever recorded? Would love to watch it.
It's funny. I like getting a question about the Afterglow. It was Sunny, MTV, myself, Dallas, and Matilda. So we were part of the Afterglow 80s musical. And we ended up getting nominated eight Broadway World nominations.
Wow.
And Queen got Best Actress. I got Best Actress. Mary Kennedy and Sheena Metal from LA Talk Radio. They both got Best Supporting Actors. And so did Justin Root, who played David McLean. He was so good. And Dan, my boyfriend who choreographed this, he got for Best Choreography. Did I say that right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So we got the nominations, and we didn't win, but it's very cool. It's your first time going out, and it was directed by Christopher Carver, who's done a lot of plays. So it was so surreal to do that because we had the 5 original G.L.O.W girls, and we were telling the story about what happened with G.L.O.W and how it ended.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah, so you got to kind of see like my story of when I met Eddie Murphy.
Is that like true story, right? All these are true stories?
True story.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think about
Eddie
2
Murphy?
nights or a night. Eddie Murphy, yeah, before I had an audition at G.L.O.W, the story was that we had in the play was that I was in his hotel room with a friend, and there was like a pile of G.L.O.W there.
Oh, wow. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And this is the 80s, so I put this in the play, and my line was, so it was either blow or glow.
That's awesome.
So you obviously knew that, I picked G.L.O.W. And my daughter, Kayla, she ended up playing the younger version of Roxy. So she had on my green outfit, red hair, and she was in the ring. Yeah, so we had younger versions of ourselves as we told the story. And I think we were going to do it again, and then Matilda got sick.
Oh, no.
So we were like, okay, we're going to regroup and maybe go to another place. And then after she got sick, it was kind of like, okay, well, what are we going to do? Like, we have it there. And the girl that wrote the play, she was ready to do, like another play. We have it there. Now, recorded, yes, we do have it recorded. It wasn't meant to go out there. It's like recording, a play. You thought you're going to keep going.
Right.
So we just recorded just to look back and see like what we need to improve and do it like that. So the shot wasn't so great, but we do have something we can look back on, like if we want to do it again. I could see it happening again because we got standing ovations. We did 3 shows and got standing ovations.
That is awesome.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, we had a 3-foot ring on the stage too. That was Demi Lovato's wrestling ring that she had in one of her music videos. And these girls actually did a wrestling match in this 3x3 wrestling ring.
It was actually a bump. You could bump.
It was a bump. They took a bump, and then Kayla did a kick in the whole audience, and they were on the turnbuckles yelling at the audience. It was great though. So it was the story of G.L.O.W and our goodbyes to G.L.O.W and some of our stories pre-G.L.O.W.
Nice. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well,
Yeah. I mean, isn't it something you'd want to see?
Of course I do.
Yeah, we were going to take it to Vegas too, but something happened with somebody, and then you know what? Thank God we didn't, because look what would have happened.
You know, that being said, any aspirations? Aspiration. You know what I'm trying to say. I can't even pronounce that word. Yeah.
You sound like me.
Yeah. It's our own language, I guess.
That's okay. I gotcha.
Yeah. Maybe going to Broadway in New York.
You know what? We thought about it, but that is like such a big step, and you gotta realize what made this play so good was that you had the original G.L.O.W girls, you know, and to have the originals and had younger versions, it's kind of like, okay, well, what if that girl couldn't do it and she was working? Because we're all older and we have our lives.
Right.
So could it do Broadway? I mean, could we keep up with it? Sure, it's a good dream, and it's a great dream. But reality sets in, and I'm thinking, you know what? We did it that one time. Could we do it again? Absolutely. I have never done a play in my life.
So, that being said,
I have wrestled.
Go ahead. Finish your thought.
Well, me wrestling, I went out and I overdid it, and Roxy's character was overly done. I went out and it helped, but it was just so weird because you're in front of an audience like that. So what I tried to do was to play off the audience like I did in wrestling. So I think it did help, but it's just not the same thing because the audience is right there.
Wow.
It was scary at first. I thought I was going to forget all my lines.
Oh, I bet. Did you have to do a lot of rehearsal? I mean, to remember all your lines?
Did. Yeah, and we rehearsed with Matilda. So we would go up to her place, and she had the company of us, and then we would rehearse, and then and she's so funny. I go, okay, Matilda, you got to get this. So we're reading lines with Matilda, and then so when we actually do the play, she was kind of forgetting some of her lines, and I'm kind of working around with her,
right?
And then she's like, Matt Zimmer, he was an asshole. Like it was supposed to be something else.
So she just ad-libbed, improv.
She ad-libbed, and we had to kind of go with it because that was her.
Yeah,
so,
that's awesome.
Yeah. And the audience loved her. Like when she came out, because she's in a wheelchair, the audience went nuts over her.
Wow.
She's a legend. This is Queenie. This is a bearded lady in Spaceballs.
Oh, was she?
This is Queen. Yes.
I never put two and two together. No way.
Yeah, and she's also in Aerosmith's Love in the Elevator.
Oh, I'm gonna as soon as I get done recording, I'm gonna go watch them both.
Look at IMDb. Yeah.
Okay.
So you didn't know that, huh?
No, I didn't. Now that I think back about that movie, I guess that was her. Wow.
That was her. Yeah.
It's been so long. Wow.
Yeah, she's got a. Did you read her book?
No, I haven't.
The Glamazon. Oh my.
Can I get it on Amazon?
I don't know.
Let me know because I'll buy one.
Yeah. I think she might have had. I'm not sure, but this is kind of going back to her roller derby days because she was in that, and she was a phone sex operator, the first one. So they hit upon that life too. So she had all this other crazy life before G.L.O.W. And then your mouth is just going to drop.
Okay.
When you read it. I'm like, I started reading it and she's got pictures with everything and I could not put it down. I read it in like 2 days.
Oh, I love books
like that. It was that. Yeah. And it's just colorful and just, it's her. The way she worded it, it was her. You could tell.
Does she still have the same phone number?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read the book.
Yeah, I think the one I'm talking about is where she was at before. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't think
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like her only person that she's talking to out there. So we're just trying to get her better and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll speak for her because I know her. And that's why I want to keep her name out there still.
Of course. I'll do whatever I can too. I'm a big fan of you and Sonny's, and I try to, do my part. What I
Well,
can't.
it's like this: you either like us or you don't, and
Exactly.
if you don't, okay.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of people get on Sunny, but you know what? I think she's misunderstood. She's got a big heart, and
Yes.
you know, and that's what a lot of people don't know. They wonder why her and I are friends. It's because she's got a big heart.
She is. She's a sweetie. She's a sweetie.
Yeah. So some people don't like her in the G.L.O.W world, but you know what? I try to get her. You know, just you know. I have a thicker skin, and it's their problem. It's not yours, and you've got a lot more to worry about than what they're thinking about you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I gave up a long time ago caring about, you know, what fans think. You know, if I'm doing the right thing, I'm just going to be me, and that's it, and be a good person, just like she is, and that's all. That's all you can do.
Yeah, I got a question. Speaking of fans, it's kind of off topic here, but. Okay, with I am my gimmick. I'm Middle Eastern, and I play my Middle Eastern gimmick, you know, and Abdullah the Butcher, you know, grandfathered his name to me. So, like, I'll go to the shows, and, you know, of course, someone will call me Towelhead and all that, which I don't care. I mean, I got heat. That's what I'm supposed to do, and I love it. And then, and I don't know if it's just the younger generation or if I'm getting old or what, but then there's some fans or some wrestlers, they were butthurt because someone said something kind of racial to them and wanted the promoter to kick him out of the, arena and ban him, you know, from the show. And I pulled the kid aside. I said, listen, you're a heel or face? He goes, I'm a heel. I said, okay. I said, what was said? And he told me. And it was racial, but it was what it was, you know. And and I said, you want them to be mad at you? Yeah. I said, what's the big deal? I said, you're there for them to get pissed off at you. I said, you're going to tell the promoter not to have the fans come back in, which that's some, you know, money out of their pockets. I just don't get some people. I told them the visit wasn't for him. I said,
yeah, you know what? You know, I think if it's been recently in the last year, I think these times are a lot different.
Yeah.
You know, I see that even with comics, like I see their material changing because they have to let up a little. You know, like I see also shows like Archie Bunker, All in the Family.
I love Archie
and even
Bunker.
G.L.O.W. That would not. Yeah, me too, but it would not be okay nowadays. And G.L.O.W. also is the same way.
Well, you know who I got much respect for is Dave Chappelle. He goes out like his latest one. He don't care. He don't.
Everybody.
Yep, he don't care. He just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't really seen him out there. Yeah, I haven't seen any specials. I saw him in the very beginning, and then it just kind of.
What?
You know, everybody's just kind of chilling right now.
Well, I heard comedy. Like him and Joe Rogan came to the Tacoma Dome, and Dave Chappelle, he don't even do any kind of advertisement, and he could sell out an arena. Him and Joe Rogan came to the Tacoma Dome and no kind of advertisement, and they sold it out. And well, I guess what I've heard too is like he just low key. He just when he wants to do a show, he'll go to the park. You know, with to train, and bring a speaker and just do a show at the park at a random or at a random club, and I don't know. I just think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, like you say for with the wrestling and the racial, like I don't believe in doing anything racial. That's just not who I am.
Well, I'm talking about the fans, though. I mean, the fans are going to be fans. I think I don't know.
Fans are going to be fans, and people are going to be people.
Yep.
But it's just it's different times right now.
Yeah.
So let's see how it is when when things open up and all that. It's going to even be a lot tougher too.
Exactly. Well, we'll see. I guess we'll find out in November what's going to happen. Who knows?
Yes,
we might have a big civil war. Who knows?
Wow, that's what my boyfriend's saying.
Yeah. My sister and my brother-in-law have a lot of property in Owala, right across the bridge. And I went over there, me and my son, and I told my brother, I said, what are you doing? He had like big cans of stuff, like, this like, I forgot, oatmeal and all that. And it said like, 10-year lifespan on it. And, he's an avid hunter and stuff. I said, what is this for? And he starts laughing. He goes, well, you don't know, you know, who knows what's going to go down? And I said, I don't know if it's a civil war or another pandemic, but how do you know all the food, you know, we ain't going to get any more food in the supermarket. We got to be prepared. I said, yep, you're right. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of these kids are probably scared. The younger generation is just like, because we've never seen anything like this. I don't know your age, but my age, I'm in my 50s. I'm like, if you would have told me this a while ago, I thought you would have been crazy. And just to see all this happening, it's just, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
2020 just really sucked.
Yeah, I mean, the whole 2020.
God. Oh,
all right,
brutal.
I got a tough email for you. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. Okay. Really tough. This is from Jessica Lee. Sent this email to lyricalspit.com. Miss Astor, what is your favorite candy bar and why? Or candy and why? What is your favorite candy and why?
Oh my God, it just makes me want one right now. For some reason, I love the Heath bars. I think so good because they have that crunch inside and that chocolate. And I used when I bought them, I think even back in G.L.O.W, I'd put one in my purse and then just break when I wanted that little bit of the sugar rush. I would take like little corners and break it off and then just eat it little by little because it's a candy bar that does not melt a lot.
Yeah.
So it'll stick with you for like 6 months. It'll stick with you for a year. And it always tastes good. There, how's that answer?
That sounds good. Okay, we got 3 more emails. Okay. This one's from Linda C. She sent it lyricalspit@gmail.com. Dear Roxy Astor, Sonny talked about knowing the band Kiss on one of Dobashi's podcasts. Do you have any Kiss stories?
Not a one. I lived through Sonny and Sonny's Kiss stories.
Oh, yeah. She got tons of them.
Yes, I have nothing. I was not into all that back then. I was into other types of bands. But when Sonny and I became friends, she was telling me all about this. I'm like, yeah, right. And then she shows me her Playboy edition and the story she tells me. I'm like, okay, this is good enough for me. Yeah.
That's awesome.
No Kiss stories. This is an Eddie Murphy story or...
You met any famous bands or musicians?
Have I what?
Have you met any famous bands or musicians?
Well, I went out with James DeBarge after he broke up with Janet Jackson.
Oh, wow. Okay. Did you ever meet?
I went out one day, and he drove the famous 924 Porsche that it's in all my interviews.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and that was a funny story because I met him at an after place where you eat. It's like a Denny's, but they had it like around the clubs. And his manager came over to me and said, "Yeah, this guy wants to meet you." I'm like, "Well, then that guy's got to come over and ask me himself." So, because that's how I was with my big bleached hair that was like ratted out.
Did he know you were a G.L.O.W girl?
No, because I don't think I was back then. I think it was before G.L.O.W.
Okay.
Yeah. And so then he came over and asked me out, and I had no idea who he was. He was really cute. And we ended up going, I picked him up at L. DeBarge's house.
Oh, okay.
And he was there at the piano playing, and I'm looking around. I'm looking at the picture, and I'm like, oh, my God, I'm in the DeBarge's house. And he was talking to me, like, because I guess him and Janet, were split. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm putting 2 and 2 together because remember, we didn't have any internet back then.
Right.
So I'm kind of like, that's who that was. Okay. But it was only just one quick date and it was over.
How was he? Was he nice?
He was nice. He was nice, but I think he was really sad.
Oh, okay.
He was sad about that. And I'm like, no, I'm good.
Oh, so he's kind of like on a rebound probably, huh?
Yeah. No, really, really sweet and good looking and everything. But I was like, definitely he's a little lost right now. And so was I. So it was perfect that, we just parted.
Hey,
it was just one date, but it's a funny story.
It's a good story.
It's a good story.
Okay. One last email here. And this one's from Kylie Lee. Send her email to lyricalspit.com. Dear Roxy, if you had the power to go back in time to change one thing in the past in G.L.O.W history, what would it be and why?
It would be to win the G.L.O.W crown because I feel like I got gypped.
Oh yeah? Any story on that? Any behind story on that?
Well, the behind story was I was winning I was going to win the G.L.O.W crown.
Uh-huh.
I was groomed and I was winning the G.L.O.W crown and I was beating everybody to get up there. And then they put together two good girls, which I could never figure out why Cheyenne Cher and Roxy are fighting each other. And in that match, I actually that was the one where I got knocked out, like for real.
Oh, wow.
Like she kicked me, Cheyenne Cher kicked me. And, of course, I knew I was going to lose. And then if you watch that match, you can see me getting real mad because I come to after I'm like out for like, I think 30 seconds and I'm like pissed and you could see it in my face.
Oh, wow.
And I went for blood after that. And me and Godiva were fighting at the end, like really fighting, like swinging and we're throwing each other and stuff. I just think it would have been fun if Roxy would have won the crown.
Wow.
Other than that, nothing I would have changed in G.L.O.W. I had the best time in G.L.O.W. I had no bad experiences in G.L.O.W. Nothing, honestly, but good memories from the time that I started, because when I started that whole G.L.O.W. journey, it was like, I'm going to take this for what this is. And I just know I want to, and I have to be a part of what this is, because I was a fan of G.L.O.W. before joining G.L.O.W. And I knew that if I wasn't there, there was 10 girls waiting to get in there and take my place. So I was going to be the best I could do, and I was going to stay there. If I was hurt, I was going to work through it. I had to be there, and that was the thing that kept me going. But I had so much fun with the girls.
What?
There were some girls that didn't hang out and some girls that didn't. Me and Sunny, we didn't really know each other. I didn't really like her. She knows that.
Mm-hmm.
She knows it.
Well, why is that?
She was dating Matt, director.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anybody that like kind of kissed up to the director or did anything like that, I just kind of like was really like, oh, gross,
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm like, I kind of stay away from any of that drama, and I just kind of got my Roxy character going and just had fun with it. Like I'm in the apartment baking pies for some of the girls, and I'm adopting cats, finding cats, and that Justice even remembers the time when I was baking pies. So I was having fun with the girls. I didn't need to hang out with the director or hang out with other people. I just had my own group going. I had a really good time with it.
So who was your main peeps who were hanging out during the G.L.O.W. when we were doing G.L.O.W?
Back then, I would go. Well, I'd go out with Beastie and Daisy a lot.
Uh-huh.
And Ursula and we would drive back and forth to L.A. because she had somebody out here. So we would drive together. Tiffany, I liked Tiffany. She was a lot of fun. Very unpredictable. Tiffany, very unpredictable. And she would try to shock people and catch you off guard and stuff. And that's what I liked about her. She had a really weird sense of humor, but she's funny. But I kept, I like my club girls, like Beastie. And Beastie was so outrageous with her faux hawk, or her mohawk, actually. She didn't have a faux hawk, real thing. And I gave her mohawk. I did the hair, some of the hair. And yeah, so we would walk into a club and all the guys were like going after Beastie. They loved her. Oh, yeah. And Daisy, who's like, over 6 feet tall and go out there and not have the red hair. I'd have the blonde hair. Nobody would know who I was.
Oh, okay.
Because I put in my Jerome Russell red hair before I became Roxy. And then washed it out at time.
Well, so out of all the G.L.O.W. girls, who was more like their wrestling gimmick in real life?
It's funny because I think Sunny is, besides her dark hair, she has not changed at all.
Uh-huh.
The way she acts, and she even like Sunny smiles. Sunny's cloudy. She'll still be that character. She has not strayed away from it. And I think a lot of the girls are close to them. Like I think I'm so far from my character, but people always go, no, you are your character.
Uh-huh.
without knowing it, because that's what the director did. He would watch us for, I think, like 3 or 4 months before he decided who we were. You know, I mean, I didn't know what a credit card was or had anything or knew anything about New York or anything. So I think Mount Fiji was definitely her character, and Big Bad Mama, definitely. But even Jailbait was her character with her braces. She was adorable.
Wow.
But MTV, her character.
Wow.
A lot of are and were and still are their characters.
Well, I think too, like, you know, wrestlers back in the day, I think the difference is a lot of, you know, old schoolers, you know, you were your gimmick in the ring, but amplified 1,000 times. That's what made people buy into you instead of someone writing you a character. I mean, so yeah. Oh, so out of who was the toughest woman in the locker room?
You mean to wrestle?
Or just in general, like like you'd want her to have your back, or you wouldn't want to mess with her?
I would say, you know what, is Dallas, even though I didn't wrestle with her back in the days, I see is and now, and I can just imagine she probably whooped some butt. And you don't want to cross her. She is the nicest girl, so nice. But you know what? You mess with her friends or family, that's it. No, that is one girl I would not want to piss off.
Wow. Yeah.
And Angel's a toughie too.
Wow. Now, what season were you on in G.L.O.W? You weren't on the first season, were you?
No, I was season 3 and 4.
Okay.
And then Angel and Debbie, or Dallas, they were, I think, 1 and 2.
Okay. I remember watching G.L.O.W 1, the very first episode with my grandparents. I was staying at their house, and I was like, oh, women wrestling was after, I think, NWA or something. I remember watching, I think it was cheerleader Melissa. She went to do a sunset flip, and her hand got caught, and her elbow came out of socket. Do you remember?
No, that was Susie Spirit.
Yeah, Susie Spirit. Excuse me. Susie Spirit. Yeah. And I remember they replayed it like 150 times, and yeah, I never forget that day. I never forget that.
See? And did you ever think you'd be talking to G.L.O.W girls later on?
No, it's like I'm living my dream. I was like, I always wanted to be a wrestler, and then I always had crushes on all the G.L.O.W girls, most of them, and now I'm talking to them. I was like, wow, I think I'm doing all right.
Yeah, and they're people. They're real people.
Yeah, yep. Well.
Hey, you know, like, you know, we lost Sally, the farmer's daughter, recently.
Oh yes, I'm sorry to hear that.
And,
yeah.
You know, yeah, it's like Big Bad Mama, and there was another one called Star in Mount Fiji. So I just kind of think, you know what, we're this unique group of girls, and it doesn't, you know, if some of us fight or whatever, we're still this unique group of girls, and we're not going to be around forever. So, like, any drama or anything that happens, I will not be a part of, because I feel like we're like, you know, remember that movie, A League of Their Own, where you see them kind of all back later on? Yep. That's kind of how I see us. Like, when we got the awards, Sunny got us to get the awards at CAC, and we all came back. And then in that, The League of Their Own, I think they're in their 70s or something. And, you know, you don't have a lot of the girls left, you know? Yeah. So the fact that we're here and what girls are here, you know, we didn't know Sally the farmer's daughter was going to die. She was only 55. That is not old.
What happened to her?
Cancer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And anything can happen to anybody. So that's why, you know, I don't take it for granted, the fact that we're still here. And there's a lot of us still around, too.
Wow.
Even though they tried to think that there's a line between G.L.O.W and Afterglow, and I'll explain Afterglow to you.
Okay.
I G.L.O.W because really I don't own the rights to G.L.O.W. So if I want to do anything, it's something that we're doing after G.L.O.W. Right. You know, so all the girls were asked to be a part of it, and some girls did, and then they kind of walked away, wanted to do their own thing, and that's fine. And then I just moved on and kept doing my you know, whether it was the cruises or other things though too. So it was never meant to be like, you know, two-sided like a lot of people think it was. It was not.
Wow. Yeah.
You can't make everybody happy, you know?
Exactly. You know, I had this other email on here, but I deleted it and I can't find it. But I remember what it said. It pretty much said, and I apologize. I'll give you the emailer a shout out. I just can't find the email right now. But they wanted to know if I'm trying to remember what it said. It said something like, has WWE ever got a hold of you or any of the G.L.O.W girls about putting G.L.O.W on the WWE network and maybe having some of you girls hosting it?
That's funny because I actually got a hold of WWE.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this was during the time that we were trying to, this is before the G.L.O.W Netflix. It's something I was trying to broker and try to work out. And I was talking to somebody from WWE for a couple years on getting the tapes sold, and so it could be on WWE Network. And so that went on for a couple of years. And if that would have happened, that would have opened the doors for, it could have been a show with the G.L.O.W or a lot of the G.L.O.W girls. So that was my intent. That's what I wanted to happen. And it would have been really good for a lot of the G.L.O.W girls. But unfortunately, the something happened with, I don't know, with Ursula or something happened there. The deal didn't go through. And I think it kind of backed out for now. You know, the tapes are there and they're in good condition. They popped up on Tubi.com for free, but to have the original tapes, I think would be Vince likes to buy libraries. So, and this would be a really good thing for him to buy. So maybe it's,
who has the libraries? Who owns the libraries?
Well, I think a few people, maybe Ursula and Matt Simberg.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was something working between them. So yes, I did get a hold of WWE. So I thought that was perfect because we came on after WWE or WWF. We did.
Yep. That was like a big wrestling block they had on Saturday night.
Yeah. And Vince didn't really like us too much because, I think we were beating them in the ratings at the time. And like, who are these women? But we were just very unique and over the top. And I think he wanted to buy it from what I heard. And if he would have bought it, he probably would have put it out of business the way. It was better how we went out at the 4th season because it kind of left G.L.O.W as a mystery. Somebody asked me what would have happened if G.L.O.W would have been going on for now. I don't think it would have lasted that long. I think G.L.O.W lasted as long as it needed to last.
Well, who knows? Maybe something will happen and maybe they'll do something about G.L.O.W and have after G.L.O.W.
Yeah, something will happen. Yeah.
Well,
something's gonna happen.
I could talk to you all night and extra hours, but we'll definitely have you back on. But do you have any last words, shout outs, plugs, social media links to share before we go home?
Yeah, you know what? There's a guy named Dave Navarro. Okay, he can't stand when I rap. So, can I rap for Dave?
Yes.
Do this to annoy him. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yes. Okay. When you meet with Roxy, you better beware, 'cause I'm really strong and debonair. This jet set girl never backs down, 'cause all she wants is a G.L.O.W crown. And I did that for Dave Navarro.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I'm going to keep that as a soundbite too.
Oh, have it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And feel better.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure. Always enjoy talking with you. Thank you so much. And
you too. You take care of Washington over there, okay?
Okay. Well, I'll keep the heart pumping until you get here. Then you can resuscitate it the rest of the way when you're in Seattle.
Yeah, I'll do it for about 2 seconds.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure. And
thank you so much.
Thank you. And for all the show links, go to lyricalspit.com. Hate don't beat hate, but love has a chance. Hashtag save our children. And Epstein didn't kill himself. This is Jessica Domingo, After Midnight.
seem so close but so far away. I lose my mind while the music plays. I got the record on repeat. Close my eyes and I feel just fine. I belong to the night. Now I'm thinking about you and I wonder how you doing. And if I'm on your mind, what you have to, 'cause I'm in the mood. D'Angelo cruising, you play my favorite music. Whenever we ride, want to come through. So why don't you meet me after midnight? Come pick me up. I just wanna spend time and give you love. If that's what you feel, then we should lay back, relax, let's chill. I wanna be where you are, pulling up in your car. I wanna know what makes you fly. I wanna know about your past. I wanna be your woman, you wanna be my man. So let's not pretend that we can just be